Hello, from the Plush here, or the Omni Monty here, starting April 2026. So today, for this video, we have the Five Nights at Freddy's Jazwares Wave 1 action figures. I'm reviewing all 4 of these just to get them done out of the way. We have the Mangle, she'll be reviewed first. They will be reviewed first. Then we got Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie, then we'll end off with Toy Freddy, which is the most simplistic, but you know, it's good enough, I would say. It's probably the best figure from the set alongside, I guess, Toy Bonnie and Toy Chica. Mangle is like probably hit or miss now considering Magician Mangle came out, and there will be a future review on that if I can find a cheap enough deal on it for both of them in a lot, but yeah. Alright, now with all the yapping out of the way, let's get on to the video. Alright, so starting off with the Mangle's packaging, as you can see here, you had a Mangle with a jump scare action feature. You can use both her endo heads, or both her heads for her jump scare feature. Oddly, it doesn't show any pink on the like preliminary art, but the endo looks practically the same. And get them before they get you. Here's the ones you can collect. You have Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, and Mangle, with all the legal information. And this is probably a bad example, but you can see it over here already. But yeah, you have like a card of the disco lights inside the FNAF 2 office. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's get on to reviewing the figure now. Alright, so I don't know if I'll be showing the glow-in-the-dark feature, because like there's a lot I need to go over with these figures. So yeah, let's start off with articulation, details, and go from there. Alright, so this is a build-a figure, so it will be a little bit more complicated, I would say. And before we get into that, these joints, depending on how hot or cold your room is, can be a pain in the butt to put on. These things are really difficult to put on. They're not as frail as like, you know, Magician Mangles or like the Endo series Mangles, but they're a little bit too stiff, I would say, because like you can barely move it. I mean, you can move some instances, but you have a ball joint, you have a hinge ball joint right here. You have one right here, which did have a hand on it, but I moved it where it should go, like right here. Move that up and down, side to side a little bit, not too much. Her legs had the most articulation, I would say, because you can move them up and down, swivel, wiggle them 360, angle up and down, and that's on both joints as well, but some joints are a little bit hit or miss, I would say, because you have to keep them on a specific angle, and it's really difficult to put these all together, because like these joints are not your friend, I would say. But yeah, the same articulation on the hand, the hand on the neck is the same as the one on the I guess endo wrist. You do have her ball tail on the back, which is not posable at all. Move her arms up and down, side to side. Same with the little joint right there, side to side. Mangle does have a twist at her torso. As you can see right there, she can go move her body. I will say that like she is a little bit difficult to move at times, because depending on how good the quality on yours is, this thing can pop off. And this thing is really fragile because it only comes with 2 legs, even though Mangle has 3 legs in game. But unfortunately, they did add an extra foot to this one, and then it just called it a day. You should just, like, instead of buying a DLC pack, an extra Mangle, what I'm trying to say is, and putting this back on here and just cutting the foot off, you're stuck with like 2 feet basically if you don't have the money for that, or if you can't find Mangle, which is both an even case scenario. Alright, now starting with details of Mangle, you have her red and black wires popping out of her head. They're made of a softer plastic. You do have an jump scare action. It's on the back of her head. I don't know if I should include this as an articulation or part of the details, but you can open her mouth. As you can see right there, jump scare action. I'll get to the other head in a second. She has her pink bow tie, which is based off the Help Wanted model. And she has a black eye, white pupil. And she has her typical toy animatronic eye with her eyelashes beating out. Those are painted on. You have her pink irises. Not irises. Pink outline around the eyes. You have her fox snout with her 2 spikes, black nose, red lipstick. Oddly, I think she's missing the endo skeleton. Yeah, she is missing the endo in there. I know that they fixed it later on, but yeah. Mangle's mouth is missing the endo. We'll get to that in the rating part. Moving down to the next head, as you can see here, more red and black wires. You have a little, I don't know where exactly. Oh, it's on the bottom. Okay. You have a little jump scare feature on the bottom. Unfortunately, it is really hard to get to and it's a really big pain in the butt. So I'm not going to use that much because I'm going to display this probably not putting in containers that much. You have 2 red wires with a lot of black wires, like probably like 6 black wires. Then you have our endo head with the same-ish detail as the upper eye, just this one has an eyelid, and the same mangle eye as the other one, just with a whole different head. And yeah, so, and as I stated earlier, she does have a ball on the back of her torso. And yeah, then the last thing, I'm just gonna bring it up here now. She does have some pink painting on top of her toenail, on top of her toes for the toenails. And on the bottom there is no, it's all hollow down here, so you can have like peg marks in here. But yeah, now let's get to rating. Alright, now rating Mangle out of 10. Honestly, I'm considering that Magician Mangle has blown this out of water and we got an Endo series Mangle now, I'm gonna have to give this like a 4 out of 10 or 3 out of 10. While it is good for its time, I don't think it holds up as good as the newer remakes and newer editions of Mangles going forward. I know people are probably gonna get mad at that, but you know, like, Mangle is like such a unique character in the game, so I can understand why they failed at the first time, but they did fix it up the second time and third time with the Magician Mangle and the Endo series Mangle. Unfortunately, those are hard to find at the moment, so basically, I'll reiterate this again: 4 or 3 out of 10 out of my ratings. It could be switched between either or. The sculpting is really good, I can give them that. But the articulation and putting on the ball joints are really, really hard and, you know, really, really difficult. They're not as bad as like the Funko joints, but they are pretty not that sturdy at times, depending on what build you get. But yeah, I mean, overall, still a fantastic figure for what it is. And Funko wasn't going to make this either way, so like, we might as well just praise Jazwares for this. It's like it's the first edition of Mangle. We fixed this with the second edition. So like second and third edition, if you want to count Magician Mangle. But yeah, overall, I would still get this figure, but I would recommend buying another one just to have the extra leg. But yeah, that's it for Mangle. Let's move on to Toy Chica. Alright, now getting Toy Chica from the back, we have her box. Now I can go this into extreme detail now. Did I ever show a card? Give me 1 second. So as occurred to me, I have not shown the card, but here's all the other additional details you have with the world of, I guess, Jump Scare Mangle. You have glowing eyes, jump scare action, Mangle, 93% power usage, action figure, Cam 4A and U, nothing on the bottom, and just cardboard inside. That's practically it. Now let's get on to Toy Chica. So basically, her box is the same as practically all the others of Wave 1, except, you know, these are the originals, so Freddy has a red light across him, not a purple light. And, you know, it's more like, I guess, more like edgy, I guess, with the whole, like, you know, design, which I like a lot better. It beats a little purple in my opinion. But yeah, you have the same stuff as Mangle, except you have Toy Chica right here, and it gets them before they get you. All the same legal jargon and stuff like that. And the same disco lights inside the box. Now let's open this up and review her. Alright, now Toy Chica is now officially out of box. Let's move on to the articulation and details. Alright, so this is going to be my first time handling an Endo series. Unfortunately, it's on the one that people send over, or whatever. So basically, you can move her arm up. I'm not going to bend the joints this much. You can bend the joint that much at practically a 90-degree angle. You can swivel and hinge your hand. You can have a hinge and rotate at the elbow. You can lift her shoulders up. And that's the same on both sides. You have drop down hips, I think. Yeah, you have slight drop down hips on Toy Chica. They're not as good as, like, let's say Toy Freddy's or Toy Bonnie's. But you do have drop down hips right there. And mine is kind of stiff. And it has glue on it, or sparkly stuff. And yeah, her legs are not moving on mine. Her feet can swivel though. And that's on both sides. But you're supposed to bend, yeah, you can bend a knee and lift it up like that much. But, you know, thick chicken, I guess. And, you know, she doesn't really, like, you know, articulate that well. Her head cannot move. She has a jump scare. Oh, she almost broke. But yeah, honestly, for what it is, and it's our first Toy Chica figure, like, ever, I would say, not counting Funko's AR slot. This is our first actual Toy Chica figure. I'm gonna cut it some slack and say this figure is moderately alright. Yeah, you do have a jump scare action feature on the back with the, you know, articulation thing. You can do that, and her mouth opens briefly. It does get jammed because, you know, it's a newer figure, so it gets jammed a lot. But, like, I'm not excusing that, so it'll probably go down a lot. It's really stiff, I would say. But yeah, let's get on to details now. Alright, so starting off with her face in the bib. She has her beak painted on in a complete orange color. She has her blush painted on in pink. Her eyes are fully printed. Her eyes are fully printed with the blues, blacks, whites, magentas, and blacks. She has her black eyebrows. Her hair does oddly twist, or it just bends a little bit. It's like twist a little bit. I forgot to mention that. You have her Let's Party bib with all the speckles across it with the pinks, yellows, and blues. Then on the back, this is unfortunately accurate, but yeah, you have her like bib that goes on two sides. It's based off the Help Wanted / FNAF 2 model. So it's obviously a little bit more suggestive, I would say. But yeah, then you have her pink, you know, pants, I guess. I'll just call it pants for this video. Then her her like legs, underneath her legs, are painted on orange as well. As you can see here, they do have a little bit yellow inside. So there is a little bit of painting on for her feet. But yeah, this is pretty simple overall, minus the printing on the bib. But yeah, overall, it's a great figure for what it is. Let's move on to the ratings. All right, I want to get this figure rated and done and over with because I'm not a fan of Toy Chica. Honestly, that's a hot take, but yeah, I'm not a fan of her. I will say that this figure is probably like an accuracy-wise 9 out of 10. The eyes are a little bit faded, and I really can't think of much. 9 out of 10 for the basic stuff. Accuracy. Articulation, I would have to give it like a 7. Articulation's a bit, you know, like, I would say a bit hit or miss. Because, like, the jump scare feature is, like, you know, it works on some occasions, but not all occasions. Especially on a leg area. Probably like a 6 out of 10, actually. Then after that, I would say she's missing an accessory. We never got a toy cupcake other than with the Funko Bitty Pops. So, like, I would say that's a huge miss for, like, an action figure like this. And yeah. Overall, it's a good figure. I would say it's just as good as Toy Bonnie from looks of things. And Toy Freddy, I would say. But Toy Freddy and Toy Bonnie do have more fragile, what's it called, colors. But yeah, overall, I would rate Chica probably like I guess, as a play toy, I would say probably as like a 6 out of 10. She doesn't have any joints that could actually move her legs. But yeah, her arms are pretty posable. You have a jump scare feature. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention also she has her little divots in her nose, but that's not important. But yeah, overall, I would say she's about a 7 out of 10. Let's move on to Toy Bonnie before it gets too long. Alright, as you can see, I bought this at GameStop. We have the Five Nights at Freddy's World of Toy Bonnie. As you can see here, glowing eyes, jump scare action, same gist as all the others. And on the back, you have Toy Bonnie with the jump scare action. Get them before they get you. The whole line you can collect: Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Mangle. All the legal information at the bottom: UK, Canada, barcode, FNAF 0099. Yep, Jazwares. And yeah, I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna make this as, you know, as good as possible. So let's get on to Toy Bonnie. Alright, Toy Bonnie is officially out of package. Let's get on to his articulation. Alright, so starting off with Toy Bonnie's articulation, let's go over a jump scare action feature first. You can actually move he has a really solid, you know, jump scare action. He can actually do it pretty smoothly. It does get hindered at times if you do it too much, but it's alright, I would say. It's pretty good, I'd say. but his like joints are such a pain to move on mine. But yeah, you have a bend at the elbow. You can move his arms up, twist them probably. Yeah, I can twist these around if it doesn't break on mine. I think mine's about to break or something like that. I hope not. Okay, push that down. His hands can go up a little bit like that. Not too much, but can go up and it can go down like that. Have a little swivel there too as well. Bend at the elbow. That's the same thing on the other side if I can get this accurate. Or not accurate, but you know, in a jump scare feature. Jump scare pose. Probably just gonna... I don't want to break these because these things are expensive at the moment because like there's no one selling them for cheap. But I don't care about the value. I'm just trying to get this so I can, you know, get a review out for y'all. You got legs, drop down hips a little bit. Not as good as this guy you'll see in a second. But yeah, drop down hips. Push that up. His tail can come out if you want to, but I'm probably going to glue mine in later. Or just stick it in tighter. I don't know. Oh, crap. Is he? No, it's not. It's just a little hindered. Okay. Does that interfere with his jump scare feature? Yeah, kinda. Kinda. Okay. Yeah, his jump scare feature, practically the same. Legs, you can move him side to side. I didn't even know that. Okay, you can move him side to side. He can actually kick his leg pretty far up, as you can see right there. Kick it back to a 7 shape. Then you can move his foot side to, if I can get this accurate enough, move his foot side to side, but he's super tight at the moment because he's a new figure, so yeah. And yeah, I mean, overall, nothing much to go over on, you know, whole like articulation thing, because he is a pretty stiff figure, I would say. But yeah, yeah, that's gonna work actually quite well. It's gonna move us up. Alright, I got Toy Bonnie in the pose. Let's get on to the details now. Alright, to start off with his upper half, I mean his head. His ears are just painted on in white, nothing much. He's using a base blue color. You have 2 black eyebrows, obviously. You have his white rings around his eyes. You have his red blush. Mine does have some overhang paint, but that's fine. He does have his tongue. Oh, that like springed. He have his tongue in there. Tongue in there instead of an endo. You have his teeth painted on in a different white color. On his torso and his belly. Now his muzzle and belly and lower jaw. You do have like a bluish white or grayish white. You have a red bow tie. Red cheeks. Black 4 of the freckles. Green for the eyes. A very nice spring green. The black, you know, like black, I guess, I don't know what exactly the term is, but it's like animatronic eyes, black underneath the iris for the animatronic eyes. You have 2 dots in there as well for the white, which looks really, really nice. You do have some pink in there for his eyelashes and his eyelids. Then on the back, as you can see here, you do have his tail painted on in white. This is a blue color base, but it's painted on in this bluish grayish white. Yeah. So yeah. I'm just gonna get this guy in a position where he's like angling after you, but I cannot move his hand at all. It's gonna break, so yeah. Alright, now rating Toy Bonnie out of 10. He's simple, but he's effective. I will say, be careful with some of his joints. His joints are really flimsy in some areas. Like this one is like on the verge of breaking because it's a fragile blue plastic. And it will not move at all. If I, you know, bend it this way, it will not move. If I bend it this way, it will not move. Like, the joint's literally breaking at the seams. So I cannot move his hand. He does not have any waist articulation. And he is, you know, and he has a nice jump scare feature. It does take a while to spring it. But yeah, his tongue is a little bit inaccurate. It's a little weird, I would say. A little weird that an animatronic has a tongue for the Five Nights at Freddy's series, because I don't think they have it in game. But yeah, that's the first time I had to switch that. Okay. But yeah, what I was trying to say is this guy is probably like a 10, not a 10, probably like an 8. Honestly, an 8 or 7 out of 10. I'm gonna say a 7 out of 10 due to him being super difficult to move. He is such a pain in the butt to move, honestly. He is a very big pain to move. It took me forever to get in this pose. It really did. Like, out of box, he was in a specific pose. So I probably hindered him with his, like, actual poses. But you can get him in some nice poses, but be careful with the joints. These hand joints are probably not meant to last, so please be careful with them. We're using a darker blue color. That's more prone to breaking. So yeah, honestly, I'd have to give Toy Bonnie probably like a 7 out of 10. Sorry. All the details are accurate. It's accurate. I can give him that. The details are spot on. The articulation is like pee poor. So yeah. Overall, still a good figure. Let's get on to Toy Freddy now. Alright, last but not least, we have Toy Freddy. The one and only star of a show of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, alongside Wizard Freddy, but we'll get to him when I get to him. So here's Toy Freddy. It's practically the same as all the other boxes. If you have Toy Freddy right here, Toy Freddy right here, same camera numbers, Toy Freddy. It's the same edgy red Freddy light texture, and Freddy Fazbear on there. Instead of like having like Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Mangle on the back, you have Toy Freddy. Give them before they get you. All the ones you can collect. And all the legal information. And it has all the FNAF numbers. And yeah, that's practically it. Let's go on to reviewing him. Then after that, I'll be ending off the video with a full wave rating. Then after that, we'll end off the video. Alright, last but not least, we have Toy Freddy. I will say, out of box, mine has very loose legs, even though this is one of the first ever batches of Toy Freddy. That's really unfortunate. So yeah. So basically, what we're going to do here is go through articulation again. No, rephrase that. Yeah, articulation, details, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, let's end off with Toy Freddy, then we'll rate the set. Alright, now with Toy Freddy's articulation, I have to be very gentle with this. This is a brown plastic. It's not going to hold up too well. You do have drop down hips, as you can see right there. Mine are kind of cracked, I think. I don't know exactly. And it's past the 30-day time frame. You can kick his leg up that much. You can bend at the knee, I think. Yeah, you can bend at the knee pretty well, actually. You have feet. It's called. His feet can move and it can swivel 360. You have a little hinge at the foot, which is really nice. UK, Canada. And it's on the opposite side too. I'm not going to move this as much. I'm just going to keep him in a nice cool pose like this. And for his arms, they are just your typical Five Nights at Freddy's bear pose. I mean, like, just you can T-pose him because he's a gamer and he's a gamer in the series. His arms can go around 360 degrees. You have a bend. You have a hand that can swivel up and down. Twist. Wait, I think you can twist it 360. I don't know if I can do that one exactly. No, I can't use this one. But his hand can switch. His hand can twist 360 depending on how good yours is. Some might not be as good as others. But yeah, just a quality control issue, I would say, which is really annoying. But yeah, really annoying that this has quality control issues, especially because this is my first Jazwares FNAF action figure. It's just really frustrating. But yeah, and for his articulation, you have last bit is just jump scare feature. It works pretty well, I would say. It works decently well, but I like Toy Bonnie's a little bit better. Probably because I'm a Bonnie biased person, but whatever, who cares? That's not going to hinder my review in any way. And yeah, I mean, overall, get that hand back up there, Freddy. There we go. Alright, so basically, my articulation, I'm not liking it too much. It's really sucky, honestly. To keep him bent down at a certain degree, and I have to, make sure his hands work. Come on. Dude, this guy's a pain in the ass. Holy shit. Okay, that's better. That'll work for me. Alright, now, details. Details of this guy. Pretty on point with his in-game counterpart, I would say. He is based off the movie colors, so he's a brown bear instead of an orange bear, which I don't mind. I like that a lot better than his, orange counterpart, honestly. He looks more like a toy, like that. Details. There's gonna be some hindrance because like mine is kind of sucky at the moment. But you have his lighter brown belly, black bow tie, black buttons, black freckles, black nose. You have his teeth painted on in white. His underjaw is painted on in a brighter orange color. It is a lot darker in person, just trust me on that. You have his red cheeks are painted on and I guess sculpted on. No, we're just painted on overall. They're just painted on, not sculpted like the others. You have his eyes, which are in a lighter blue color. Darker blue, actually. You have his inside of his ears are painted with a lighter brown. You have his red top hat. Rim painted on all 360. Here's his back. You have all the screw indentations. Yeah, this guy's a pain in the butt to pose. He really is. Because like mine, I got a bad copy, I would say. I'm going to have to see if I can get another one. But yeah. Then overall, I would say that's it for Toy Freddy. Let's end off the video now. Alright, now rating Toy Freddy out of 10. Honestly, I would have to give him probably a like, I don't know how to describe this exactly. Like, he's a good figure. He really is. But my copy, absolute dog crap, honestly. So my copy, I'm gonna give it like probably like a 6 out of 10. It is not that good. He's way too fragile, and his legs are like way too loose, honestly. And his jump scare feature barely works. And I can't get him in a good pose either, which is really annoying. But for an overall standard, if you get a good figure, I would say this guy's probably like a 8 out of 10, honestly. Like, he's accurate, I can give him that, but like, if you have the same drop down hip problem as me where it was super freaking loose, yeah, just get a replacement. I didn't even know mine was like that, honestly. Like, we're super loose. But yeah, just keep Toy Freddy in a nice evil bear pose, I guess. Evil bear pose. But yeah, I mean, he's good for posing. All of these are good for posing. But yeah, I have to give mine like probably a 7 out of 10, honestly, or 6 out of 10. Shit. Yeah. This is, I do not recommend getting Toy Freddy, especially in these later halves where you have like weaker joints. Honestly, just like if you buy one from eBay, Mercari, etc., just be careful or keep it in a box. He is not meant to be played with at all. Same with Toy Bonnie, because Toy Bonnie has brittle joints. This guy has more brittle joints. Yeah, overall, I would have to give this probably a... Overall, probably a... For Toy Freddy overall, I'm going to have to give him an 8 out of 10. He's accurate. He's good. He works for what he is used for. He's good for what he's made for. And yeah, these are toys at the end of the day, so I can't really complain that much. But yeah, I do like the jump scare feature. It's a really underrated feature in my opinion. I know people don't like it because you don't get any head articulation, but these are meant to be like jump scared and played with. So I can see why. I mean, the toy animatronics, except for Toy Chica, I would say is more kid friendly. But yeah, overall, let's move on to the rating of the wave now. Alright, overall wave rating. Honestly, I don't think I would recommend these. Honestly, because like their joints are too tight, but I wouldn't recommend the Endo series either. So either it's like picking the devil's fruit, basically. I don't know how to describe it, honestly. Either A, you have bad like Endo joints, or B, you have bad toy joints. I think I'd rather go with bad toy joints for the World of series. But yeah, overall, for my overall rating of this wave, it's gonna be like probably like a, I'm guessing maybe a 6 out of 10. I mean, it's fine. It does toys justice perfectly, I would say, for the most part. It does the toys well for the most part. The joints could be a little bit better, especially on Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie too, especially. Toy Chica, Mangle, good. Other ones are kind of ass with their joints. But the paint job is perfect. They are spot on with their paint job. So overall, 7 out of 10. I would recommend these if you can find them. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.